Hello, thank you for checking out A1 Math, and today we're looking at graphing a system of equations and solving it with a graphing calculator. So let's begin. So, steps for solving a system of equations with graphing calculator. Step 1, solve both equations for y so that they are in y equals mx plus b format. Step 2, put them in the calculator under y equal and press graph. Step 3, then press second, trace, 5, enter, enter, and enter. And step 4, estimate the x and y for your solution. Okay, so let's take a look at a couple examples. All right, so let's begin with number 7 here. The first thing we want to do is solve for y. So we're going to take each one of these equations and solve them for y, and then we're going to put them in the graphing calculator. So let's begin with that. So I'm going to go ahead and take this 2y equals negative 5x plus 10 and solve it for y. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and divide by 2. And when I divide by 2, it's going to be slightly different than what I've done on previous problems, where I divide the whole thing with this line and put just 1, 2 under it. All right, once I do that, it's going to cancel out the y's, and it's going to leave me with y is equal to negative 5x plus 10 divided by 2. And what I'm going to do is put this numerator in parentheses. Okay, now, and I'm gonna explain why I did it this way in just a second, but now I'm gonna go ahead and do the second one here. That's gonna be negative 15 is equal to negative 3x plus 5y. And the y is on the right side, so I'm gonna move the negative 3x over and then flip it at the end. So I'm gonna add 3x on both sides. That's gonna give me negative 15. Actually, I'm gonna put the positive 3x first. All right, now just about got the y by itself, I'm gonna go ahead and divide by 5. And this will cancel out, leaving just y over here. So now I'm gonna take that y and flip it on the right side so it looks more like what we used to and leave this 3x plus 15 divided by 5 over here. And again, I'm gonna put the numerator in parentheses. All right, so the next thing I'm gonna do is type this and this directly into the graphing calculator. So let me show you that. Okay, so before I show you the calculator, just one slight error here. I had a positive 15, but it should be a negative 15 right here. And make sure you got negative 15 right there. Okay, now I'm going to show you what I type in the calculator. All right, so this is the reason I put it in parentheses instead of dividing it and having multiple fractions here. So I went ahead and put it in just like this. I put the negative 5x plus 10 in parentheses divided by 2, and the 3x minus 15 in parentheses divided by 5. All right, so the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clear this all out at the in the bottom here, and I'm gonna show you exactly what I hit. First thing I want to do is after you type it in, you want to hit graph, and once that's done, you want to go ahead and hit second, trace, 5 for intersect, enter, 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 and gives you a close estimate here. And since this is close to 2.5, I'm gonna go with that. And since this is close to negative 1.5, I'm going to go with that. So my answer is 2.5 and negative 1.5. And it has a graph, but we've talked about how to graph it, and I just want to go over how to find a solution with the calculator. All right, let's take a look at number 8. Okay, so number 8, one of our answers is already in y equals mx plus b format. And I'm going to go ahead and put the other one in that format as well. So I'm going to start with this, and I'm going to have 3x plus 3y is equal to negative 9. I'm going to subtract 3x on both sides. I'm going to bring down the 3y, set it equal to negative 3x minus 9, and then I'm going to divide by 3. Now, this time, I can see that the 3 is going to go in evenly all the way across. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and put that in. So I'm going to go ahead and divide by 3 all the way here because I can tell that 3 is going to go into 3 and 9 evenly. So that's going to leave me with y is equal to negative 1x minus 3. Now, if you decide you want to put this in parentheses and then divide by 3, it'll come out the same way as well. But that's like extra things you have to type. So we've got 1. Now I'm going to go ahead and work on this one here, which is already in y equals mx plus b format. So now I'm going to go ahead and take both of these and take this part and plug it in into the graphing calculator. Okay, now when I put this in the graphing calculator, I want to go over this fraction here. I'm going to go ahead and put that in like this, as 1 divided by 2, close parentheses, x, and then minus 1. Okay, so let me show you what that looks like. Okay, and this 1 right here by the x in the first equation is not necessary. I just wanted to show you it anyway. So this is what we got. We're going to do the exact same thing. I am going to clear this out so you can see it. Uh-oh. Hang on, let me put that back. And now I have everything here. What I want to do is clear this out and hit graph. I want to hit second, then trace, hit 5 for intersect, hit enter, enter, enter. And we got some more to estimate here. This is kind of close to negative 1.5, and this is close to negative 1.6. So, excuse me. That's what we will go with for our answer here. So the answer would be negative 1.5 and negative 1.6. So that is graphing with an graphing calculator and able to find your solutions there. Stay tuned. I'm going to show you how to uh, solve with word problems. So I'm going to show it to you in real world context how these systems of equations work. All right, now we're going to take a look at a problem which in context, a word problem here. And what we want to do is interpret what's going on, make a graph, and see where they intersect, similar to the problems we've been doing. So in this problem, it says a video club A charges $10 for a membership and $4 per movie rental. Video club B charges $15 for membership and $3 per movie rental. For how many movie rentals will the cost be the same at both video clubs? And what is that cost? This is write a system of equations and solve by graphing. So basically, since the number of movies is your x and the cost is your y, then what you need to do is see where they cross. And to answer the first question, um, how many videos, how many movie rentals, that's going to be whatever the x is. And the next part says what is the cost? That's going to be whatever the y is. Where they cross at. Okay. So first we're going to break down each one. I'm going to start with Video Club A. So it charges $10 for a membership and $4 per movie. This is Video Club A. So $10 for the membership and $4 per movie. So we'll write a equation for that. Just y equals mx plus b, with the mx of b uh, x times 4, because it's $4 for every movie, x being the number of movies, and $10, that's the initial place where you start at. So we'll start off at $10 for the membership. So that's Club A. Now Club B is charging $15 for membership, so it's a higher up, but it is $3 per movie. It's cheaper per movie. Okay, and that's Club B. So for Club B, we're going to say y is equal to 3 times x, but start off higher with 15. Okay, so what you could do next is you could um, graph it the way we've been graphing it. And starting with the blue one here, Video Club A, start off at 10 and go up 4 and over 1, up 4 and over 1, and then up 4 and over 1. You could do that. It's a little bit harder to figure out where the points are going to be. Another way to do it is to set up a T-chart and kind of get the exact numbers. Okay, so and the numbers I'm gonna plug in is the 2, 4, 6, and 8 for my T-chart. I'm gonna plug that in for both video clubs. Okay, so we'll do 2 times 4 and add that with 10. And when we do that, we get 18. And then you plug in 4. 4 times 4 is 16. And then you add 10 and you get 26. And then you get 34. And then you get 42. So now we're just going to plot those points. We'll go over 2. First, we're going to start at 10. At 0, we got 10. And we'll go over 2 and go up to 18, which is right above the 20, or right below it. And then at 4, we'll go to 26, right above this line here. And at 6, we're going to 34. This is 35, so 34 is about right in here. Remember, it should be a straight line. And then we'll go ahead and graph it. See if I can draw that a little bit straighter. So on this, you got to be pretty precise with your line to help you pinpoint exactly what that's going to be. All right, now we're going to do Club B. So for Club B, we're going to use the same X, which is 2, 4, 6, and 8. And when I plug in those numbers into that equation, I get 21, 27, 33, and 39. All right, now I'm going to graph those. So I'm going to start off at 15. It starts off a little higher. But at 2, I'm at 21. And at 4, I'm at 27. More like right here. And then at 6, I'm at 33. Okay, and then at 8, I'm at 39. All right, and now we're going to draw a line somewhere in there. And we want to figure out where they cross. And the line's not perfect, but they cross right about here at 5. So at 5 movies, you'll know that it's about $30. So that point is 530, meaning at 5 movie rentals, the cost would be $30 for both video clubs. And that is how you use system of equations with word problem and solve it by graphing. Well, that's it for this video. I want to thank you for checking out A1 Math. Have a nice day.